Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Singing in the Rain by Riffclown. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, which means in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have German whisper lines in the grid. These are these green lines. Adjacent digit on a line have to have a difference of at least 3. So if this was a 2, let's actually pick a line that doesn't have givens looking at it. If this was a 2, then this cell needs to be at least 3 different from 2. So we'd have to be adding 3 to 2. We obviously can't subtract. That gets us into the negatives. So we add 3 to 2, and that means that this is at least 5. So it could be 5 or 6. And then these two also have to follow that rule. That's true along the whole line, adjacent digits on the line. These are adjacent on the line. The line adjacency is just based on the line. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, I'm going to think about the interaction between these lines here. So the first thing that I think I'm going to use is that German whisper lines always go low, high, low, high, low, high. I've explained this in the past 2 puzzles because we just coincidentally have had 3 German whispers in a row. But just to explain it again, we can't add 3 twice. Right? Because 1 plus 3 plus 3 is 7. We can't subtract 3 twice because 6 minus 3 minus 3 is 0. So we're going to always be adding at least 3, then subtracting at least 3, then adding at least 3, then subtracting at least 3. And that's going to bring you from the 1, 2, 3 range to the 4, 5, 6 range, then back to the 1, 2, 3 range. You're going to oscillate. And that's completely by design of these lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use green and purple for low and high, but I don't know the order. Green might be low, green might be high, purple might be low, but we know they're opposite. And so now I'm just going to go along this line and color it green, purple alternating. Now the question is whether we can green, purple this line based on the information we just got. Okay, there's one thing. There's one thing to think about, which is whatever these two are. We might have to use multiple colors here. I might retract on this, but just to explain, whatever these are, we'll call red, and then gray being the opposite. These two will be gray, because first of all, this is gray because of the line, and then whatever red is equivalent to, green or purple, will be done because there's 3 of each in each box and row and column. 1 through 6 has 3 of each. So we need another gray to balance out the box. We're gonna have 1 of each down here. Whatever this is, like we could call that yellow, right? These are the non-yellows. We can call that blue. I don't have a lot of colors going on here. And then of course this is 1 of each as well. That does work out with this. The problem is I don't really know how to link these together at all. Okay, I'm going to use orange. I shouldn't use blue actually. Yellow and black for bees. I'll probably get rid of a lot of these colors in a second. But we know we're going to use orange for these because 4 and 5 are both high digits. And I use orange for high and blue for low. When I know what they are, I use those. Now we know that the final high is on here because it's 1 of each. So there is a 6 on here. And that means these two are low because they can't be high. And now whatever red is, right, it's done because it's got a low and a high in the row. So this one's gray, which means this one is red. And I know I've got a lot of colors going on here, but we just have to remember we're doing green and purple together, red and gray together, and yellow and black together. And so that means this is gray. Gray's kind of leaking out of the top row. Okay, so this is 1 of each, this is 1 of each, and this is gray. So grays are done because there's 3 grays in here. So this has to be red. Also, we could have said this is 1 of each, this is 1 of each, this is 1 of each. Do I have enough to is there any way I can color this? We know these are 1 of each, and these are 1 of each, and these are 1 of each. I need some way to combine figure out which colors are which. I'm not going to use more colors at this point. Whatever this color is, Actually, we don't know. I was assuming this was yellow, but I don't know why I would assume that. It's not necessarily true. Okay, what am I missing here? We know there's a 6 on here. The 6 goes with the 1, 2, 3. It's the least restrictive digit to put on a whisper along with a 1. Okay, something I'm going to do is any cell that can't be... I think my coloring might be a bit much here. Any cell that can't be 3 or 4, right? 3. Okay, so let's explain. 3 and 4 are kind of special. Right, okay, this does it. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about 4 on this line. Can this cell be 4? And the answer is no, this cell cannot be 4 because there is only one digit that can be next to a 4 on a German whisper, and that's a 1. 2 and 3 are too close. 5 and 6 are too close. So this would be a 1, but this would also be a 1, and that breaks the row or the box. So, but we know that this 4 needs to go in this box somewhere. We've got the roping, the 6x6 roping. So the 4 ends up here, but it's not in gray. So 4 is in red. Well, first of all, that means that the 4 is going to be next to a 1, but it also means that gray is actually blue, it's low, and red is actually orange, it's high, and that means that this is our 6. Nice. And then this is a 4-6 pair because 5 is used up. So now this is a 2-3 pair. This is our 1. Nice. Okay, we're getting some progress here. This is just 1, 2, 3, and this is 4, 5, 6. That's not a 6. Okay. Progress. Over here we have 2, 3, 5. Right, this is low, so we know the 5 can't go with the 3. 5 can't be next to 3. They're too close. They're within 2. So that means this is the 3. So something about, okay, so if this was 2, then this would have to be a 5 or a 6, and it can't be 5, so it would have to be 6. If this were a 5, this would have to be a 1 or a 2, but it can't be 1, so it would be a 2. That's kind of an interesting asymmetry there. The 6 could go with anything. It would go with a 2 or a 3, it can't be 1. The 2 would have to go with a 5 or a 6, but it can't be with the 5. So there actually is always a 6 in here, which means there's always a 6 down here. Interesting. Now that means the 4 needs to go in this box somewhere, and it can't go over here, right? The 4 can't join the 1. So the 4 is going to go here, and that means there's a 4 down here somewhere. Now, if this was a 4, then these would both be 1, and that actually seems possible at the moment. If this was a 4, this would be a 1. So no matter where this 4 goes, there's a 1 next to it over here, which means this can't be a 1. Now this box needs a 1 in it. It's over here. Be really nice to figure out the colors of these. Okay, what else can I do? Can this have a 3 on it? It would be with a 6. It could go in either of these. Actually, no, this can't be 6, so this can't be 3. So if this had a 3 on it, the 3 would go here. So actually 3 is in one of these 3 cells is kind of the conclusion in this box, and I don't know I can do anything with that right now. Okay, maybe I should look at more cells that can't be 3 or 4. This cell can't be 3 or 4. Well, we already kind of know that. In fact, this is just a pair. This is a 1-5 pair. Okay, so if this is 1, then it goes with the 4. Because we're kind of thinking about that backwards, but the 4 does take the 1, which means the 1 needs to be with the 4. If I try to put a 1 and a 4 like that, I've broken it, right? So the 1 would go with 4. Now the 5 would have to go with 1 or 2, but it can't go with the 1, so it would go with 2. And same exact thing here, and that makes a 2-4 pair. Interesting. So we have a 2-4 pair and a 1-5 pair, which means the 2 doesn't go in here, which means this resolves as 6 and 3, which means green, finally, we know is high, and purple, we know is low. We're consolidating our colors here. This is 2 and 3, 2. This 6, this has to be low, this has to be high, okay? And now this is low, and it's not 2 or 3, so it's a 1, and that places the 1 here, making this low. Nice, so we can make all of these high and these 2 low. And that does put the 2 and the 4 like this. 4 takes 1, 2 takes 5. 4 is high. Sorry, cleaning up here. This is a 5. This is a 3. And we know this is high. Okay, so black is high and yellow is low. Perfect. Okay, only one set of colors now. That's a 4. And this is 5, 6. Okay, 3 has to go with 6 though. That's 6, that's 5. All right, that's 4 and 6. This is a 2 for the box. I think we're finishing up. So this has to be high, so it's the 6. This has to be low, so it's the 3. Can I finish coloring first? Or let's see, this has to be a 3 because it goes with 6. I'm not sure I can actually finish. There's not an obvious way to finish coloring. So I think I have to figure out the numbers first, and then I'll be able to do the coloring. So here we need a 1. Okay, so this has to be low because we need the 1. And we know these alternate. And then that means that this is high and this is low. Perfect. Okay, so this is our 1. This is our 2. This is 4. This is 5. And we're done. All right. I don't know if I needed all of those colors, but I didn't know I didn't need them until I actually saw the trick here, which is that 4 got forced onto this line, which gave us the color of it. That was the most important early step to do. And it did seem to flow from there. But yeah, there were quite a few interesting deductions we had to do. I do think the coloring did help to some extent, but probably not as much as I thought it would. Or maybe I thought exactly how much it would help because I was like, I'm using too many colors here. But cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.